morning, JoAnn. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fantastic, and I love being here talking to you.
You have a beautiful backdrop again today. I see the
Oh,
orange
thank you.
tractor.
Thank you.
Is that an orange tractor?
Yep, I think it was red 50 years ago.
Ah.
Now it's a little orange.
Is it still in working condition?
Yes, not for everybody. For the people around here.
Love it.
For the people around here, it's in working condition.
All right. Well, why don't we get started with the card today?
Perfect.
I'm going to pull from The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid.
I love that. That's the one I'm doing daily now.
This is her teaching deck that she developed for the school. I don't remember if I've talked about it in one of these episodes or not, but you'll have that. So I'm going to get grounded and...
Gosh, I like your color today. I like the color you've got on today.
The purple, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I needed some purple today. I get a lot of questions about shuffling cards, and there's no wrong way to how to shuffle. You don't have to be a fancy shuffler.
Agreed.
So I am going to make the intention that I am a vessel, a channel for divine guidance, that my ego is not involved at all, that my ego steps aside and lets divine source bring through the message that needs to be brought through today. And I do this only with love and light. So do you have a specific question, or do you want to do just our usual general?
No, I love it when they just put something out there and then everything starts popping into our head. I like that.
So
it's like allowing spirit to speak through us.
What do we need to know today? What do JoAnn and I need to know today regarding our broadcast for our highest good? We get the best cards. When I do this alone, I get some, cards I have to really work on. When I do it with you, I get a lot of fun cards.
Imagine. Is that what that says?
That's what that says. Number 20. Imagine. Number 20. Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imaginary and imagery and feelings, creativity, illusions. The Oracle's message. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic.
Wow. I love it. I love it. That's what we, go ahead, what?
I was going to say, what do you love about it?
Oh, I love that is what is in my head every single day. And when I talk on whatever I'm doing, my quarter hour of power or this. It's like the imagination, that is how we're creating our entire reality. And that's so difficult for people to not think that the reality is creating what's out there, is creating what's here, what they're living, when in fact it's what they're thinking that's creating what's out there. It's how we came in here. Came in sovereign. We came in having all these wonderful powers, and little by little they've been taken away from us because it is power. And there are those who choose to hold power over us. That we've got it. We've got it. That's why we shine our light. That's why we imagine, and then we step back. That's probably the hardest thing to do, is to see the outcome and then step back and let the universe start directing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think of imagination and intuition together. I think that imagination fuels our intuition. I think that's where we can, a lot of people will say, well, okay, yeah, I have a gut feeling, or, yeah, I know I have intuition, but I really don't know how to tap into it. And I think that a practical thing we can do to bring forth that intuition is to imagine. And for me, what's important is imagining what it would feel like, to be my most genuine, authentic self. What would it feel like when everything is perfect? I love to imagine the feeling. It's not up to me to figure out the form. Like you said, we step back and we wait to see, what happens as if by magic. However, that's where, it's not about me doing this. It's about me and my divine source. We're co-creators, right? And so my divine source figures out the form. That's not for me. And I get stuck in that because, I'm mental, and I know you're very much in your head too. And so I like to figure out, well, what's this going to look like? How is this going to happen? But really it's about stepping into the feeling, imagining how that feels, and then acting as if it's already like that, right?
Absolutely. And you hit it right on the head with the emotion behind it, because that's what a lot of was missing for a lot of years with this imagining. And you know how easy it is for us to see something on TV that's horrible, and our entire emotions are behind it. And
Right.
we've just fed something we don't want to feed. So I think you step into what you really want and you feel it, just like you said. I think that you're onto something with the intuition also, because that also, your intuition helps you to discern. So what if you're just saying, well, if I had $1 million, everything would be perfect. I think if you touch in with your intuition, it's going to say, really? Let's take that a little further. What are you going to do? How are you going to feel? What are you going to do with this $1 million? Instead of making it, there's a responsibility in imagining your world too. And that comes with the intuition, the emotion. I love what you said. How would I feel if I was doing exactly what I wanted to do?
Right.
It's
I was thinking of that too when you brought it up about if I won the lottery. Just a funny story. I don't know how funny it is, but you never know with us. Before I started, I've always had inklings throughout my life, and I talk about before I started my awakening, and I've been waking up my whole life, but really over the past couple of years, it's been, I've been on an accelerated path, if you will. So over the past couple of years, one of the first things I did was become aware of my thoughts, because like you said, that creates our reality, what we put out there. And that was difficult to try to figure out, oh, what do I spend my time thinking about? And then to change my thoughts. And one of the things that I did to put myself to sleep and to turn off all the other negative stuff was I would pretend I won the lottery every night. And I would go to sleep fantasizing about the lottery. And I came to realize when I started doing this work that for me, there's a line, and I guess that's the discernment line between imagination and fantasy. And fantasy doesn't serve me, because for me, fantasy means it's way out there, it's way out of proportion. And not to say that I can't imagine big, but it's like it wasn't serving the greater good the way I was imagining it. Like, if I just had enough money, everything would be fine, is how I was thinking about it. That's what the motive behind it was. And that's important too, is to look at what is your motivation behind your thought. Because for somebody else, that could be a great imagination, because their attachment to money isn't the same as mine, right? And at that time it was not positive for me. So it was really, I know I'm kind of just getting into it here, but it was really important for me to look at the quality of my thoughts and what motivated me, or like you said, take it the next step. How would you help with that? What would you do with that money? But for me, it was not what I needed to be doing as I was trying to fall asleep, um, because it was more about greed, honestly, and coming from a place of lack and not feeling like I was enough or had enough. And that message behind that went out into the universe. And so that is what was getting reflected back to me. And I laugh about that because I changed it. I stopped it. And I've had so much abundance since I stopped that fantasy, if you will. So much more
That's,
has come back to me.
yeah, that's so amazing, because lack has always been one of my big deals, and even when I think I'm not doing it, I'm doing it, just like you're talking about. But I've done the fantasy on the millions of dollars coming in, and it's always about, I'm going to do this for this one and this for that one and that one, and they're never going to have to worry about money again. And it's like, that's not my job particularly. I may not be doing what's in their best interest if I do that. Yes, it's fine to help people, assist people, help make their lives better, but you have to be very cautious in that also.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm still wanting to be in control. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that martyr thing where, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a slippery slope because, right,
Right.
we think it's guised as something really, decent and humane and good, but yeah, you're in control.
Yeah. And sometimes it really is, because you know deep in your heart what the dream is. It's mining for it. Like I think I've said before, you're golden. We're all golden. And so it's like mining a little bit too. And it amounts to really letting go
Mm.
and to knowing that you are fine. I love that you've let go of that to where you do see it.
Mm.
And I do it in little spurts,
Right.
you
Right.
know, but it's amazing how everything comes in if you're not thinking about it. If you're just accepting the fact that you've got it, everything you need. If something comes up, you take care of it. You know, I mean, it's just such an amazingly easy but not simple thing.
Right.
Simple but not easy, whatever, you
Absolutely.
know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's, you know, it was hard for me to switch that to the essence of what it would feel like to feel secure and have enough,
Yes.
instead
Yeah,
of the thoughts of buying the ticket, winning the money, seeing the numbers, you know, who I'd give this to. That's the form, and that's not my job, you know.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, it is, you know, I can sit here and say you got to figure out what you're thinking and then change your thoughts. It's really hard to do because for 55 years I've thought a certain way, right? So,
That's right. But all it takes, it's hard to do, yes, but it's certainly doable. And all you have to do is ask for all the help that you've got all around you all the time, and they will be there in a heartbeat,
yeah.
you know. And if you take one step, they will help you with all the rest. You know, it's just simply, yes, I'm serious about this. I'm serious about changing my reality. I'm serious about changing the reality of this world that I live in. You know, this world that I live in is a reflection of my thoughts to a good degree.
Mm-hmm.
And I am willing to step up and take my power back and create a world of peace and abundance and love and joy. And you
Amen.
can't tell me that isn't all anybody really wants,
Right.
is
Yeah.
the ability to be who they are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this sounds like a good place to, you almost have us into an activation with that last statement. So this sounds like a good time to do a meditation activation.
Okay.
Well, you're not
Okay.
shocked.
Well, I promised myself I wouldn't do that this time, but it did come up rather quickly. But I'm looking at the color of your shirt, and I'm thinking about the Lions Gate that's coming up, the Lions Gate portal,
Well,
which
by the time this airs, it'll be over.
it'll be done.
Yeah.
So, so the activation I'm going to do though still is going to be on stepping into your sovereignty. You know, Leo is about royalty, and and we need to remember that we are royal. Every single one of us. Doesn't put us above anybody, doesn't put us below anybody.
Right.
So let's take some deep breaths and we'll see where I'm led on this. And let's breathe deep breaths right into our hearts, because this new world is a heart world. It is not a brain world. And more people know this. So take another deep breath. And notice as you're breathing into your heart that you are not alone. That you are not alone, that there are so many like-minded people right with you right this moment, both on this earth and not on this earth. They are all over, and they are breathing into their hearts. And I am seeing the purple, the violet, all shades of purple, royalty around all of us. In fact, we're encased in this beautiful light, this beautiful royal light. And it's bordered in gold. It's bordered in the golden light of the Christ within. And we're floating now. We're floating in this beautiful light. And we can see the earth below us. And the earth has changed. It has changed. There's far more light coming up from planet Earth than there has been. There's still a few smoky areas. We could call them smoke screens. And I'm very conscious of this because we've got fires around us to where we're getting the smoke. I know in Arizona, they're getting smoke from the California fires. It's a smoke screen, but it has no chance against the light. No chance. So as we watch, we see more and more of the smoke screen totally transmuted by the light. And it's transmuted to unconditional love and compassion. I am learning that compassion is a very, very big part of unconditional love. They both hold a big responsibility, but we're capable of this. We are more than capable of this because that's who we are. We are love. And it's a beautiful thing to say as we float up here, because the power of our words are what create. The power of our words, the power of the spoken word, the power of our thoughts. And so we say, I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am all. And I've read in one of the Masters books, the Masters of the East, where it says, God, the principle which flows through me, is all. And all that God is, I am. And here we are, sitting in our royalty, in our sovereignty. And we realize now what it is we need to create. We live our passion. We follow our intuition. We feel who we are. We are golden. We are golden within our royal robes. And we have all the assistance we need to find out who we are and how we contribute to this amazing new world, this paradise. Because we are here. We are here. The light has won, and we are the light. Continue to breathe. And seal this. Seal this in your heart. You are peace, love, joy, and abundance. We want for nothing. We are creators. We are co-creators. We are the power. See these colors, the gold and the royal purple. See them sealed within your heart. I am love. I am light. I am truth. Know this. Know this. Take another deep breath. Come back into wherever you are, wherever you're sitting or standing or laying, and know that this is truth. You are your power. And that's the good news.
Indeed it is. Till next time, my friend, I love you.
I love you too. Namaste.
Namaste.